So, by the way, I told you this, that you have a fan who has a secret crush on you. Not mentioning any names. How does that make you feel?
Complete.
Joey Scarf.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Joey's Scarf. Today is April 25th, it's Saturday, April 25th, 2020, and my name is Linda, and you can find me all over as LyndaGrace. This is a knitting, crocheting, yarn podcast, and I'm coming to you from Barnegat, New Jersey, which is along the Jersey Shore. So just a word or two about the coronavirus pandemic. I won't dwell too much on it. We've been doing okay. We haven't been in a store in a month. Been lucky that my daughter and son-in-law have been providing us with groceries. They drop them off. And then we have a local butcher shop deli who does curbside pickup, so there's no contact. I'm obviously recording outside on my patio, front porch patio. I decided because it was such a beautiful day to do it outside. We've been inside so much. We live along the main drag of our community, so there's going to be a lot of traffic probably going back and forth, and I hope you can hear me. Not minding too much, not being able to go out. I do miss my grandkids and kids, being able to be with them. Other than that, we're pretty, we're coping pretty well so far. The thing that bothers me the most is the emotional roller coaster of being afraid, being frightened of getting the virus, frankly. Being afraid that someone in my family will get the virus. And I feel very sad for the people who have gotten it, who have succumbed to it, the people in the nursing homes. I have great empathy for them. And of course, you know, I appreciate the work that the people who are out there doing the work are doing. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I hope you guys are all doing okay. And I'm going to move on to some knitting because this is what this podcast is about. So I'm going to show you my first finished object. Okay, so my first finished object is a shawl that I had started. I think last time it was a work in progress. And this is the Colourblock shawl, Cozy Colourblock shawl. So all of the things I'm going to be talking about, if I think you might want some more information, I'm going to put the name of the pattern and the yarns I used in the description box below. This was a fun knit. I've made many of these, and I continue to like making them because of all of the different colors. And it even though it's a garter stitch shawl, a lot of garter stitch, I like changing colors and putting the different colors in and making patterns whenever I feel like it. I'll put a picture of me wearing the shawl. It really turned out nice, and I kind of love it. But that's the Colourblock shawl. Okay, and I have my assistant over here. They can't see you. It's to your hand. Okay, assistant, here you go.
Here, hold on.
No, it's, oh, you want to hold it up? Yeah, it's beautiful. So that's the first one. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of shawl knitting, and I like to do shawl knitting because you don't have to worry about it fitting the way a sweater might. Well, you might have to worry about a sweater or a garment fitting. So that's why I like to do the shawls, and I just love the colors that you can use to make shawls, and they just come out so beautiful. This is the Farmhouse Shawl, and again, I'll put all the information below. And again, I love the way this came out. This is a worsted weight shawl, so it went very quickly. And the yarn I used is Brooklyn Tweed and their shelter base. And the colors are just gorgeous, and it'll be a beautiful fall shawl. The pattern calls for fringe, but I just decided to do some tassels on the 3 points. Yeah, so this is, it was mostly stockinette stitch with some little garter bumps or purl bumps or whatever you want to call it. I guess garter bumps every so often to give it a little bit of interest. And again, I'll put a picture of me wearing it. I have a wonderful photographer who makes my shawls look really beautiful. Yeah, so that's the Farmhouse Shawl. Taking a break from shawl knitting, I made a sock head cowl. And I thought it would be good for a face covering, but obviously it's not really an effective face covering because it's not thick enough. But it did turn out really nice. And I love the yarn. The yarn made this cowl. The yarn is by a new dyer, and she is WoolenWomenFibers, and I think her name is Andrea, and she goes by PH Dyer, and I'll put all that information below. But this is the yarn. That's what I had left. And I just, the colors are so cheerful and cheery, and this color is called Rainbow Mountain. When I saw that, I just had to have it, and I think it just shows off so nicely on this. It pulls beautifully on this cowl. It's so soft. It really came out nice. And that's my third finished object. As I said, the emotional part of this time is really what is playing havoc with me. So I decided to make one of these rainbow door hangers or in the window hangings. This gave me a lot of joy to crochet. Again, because of the colors, I think. Color really makes me smile. And also what it represents. And this is the Rainbow of Hope. Or, yeah, I think that's what it's called. And it's crocheted and just used some stuff that I had around. And I just had a pleasant and meaningful time making this. This is hanging on our front door right now, and it makes me smile every time I open the door. I made 2 other ones, one for my grandson to hang in his window, and then another one for a friend who asked me to make her one. This is a very, if you crochet, or if you know a little bit about crochet, they're very easy to make, and you can use up some of your leftover yarns to make it. And it'll be a reminder for me. Not that we need a reminder. We're going to remember this time for a long, long time. but this I thought was really pretty. Okay, my next finished object is a pair of socks. So in between, I have my off-camera audience over here who thinks that was funny. But anyway, I thought, I lost my train of thought now.
You're on socks.
Oh, that's right, on socks. So just for a break between shawl knitting and cowl knitting, I decided to do socks. Oh, I guess what I wanted to say was the reason I think that have been able to complete so many projects lately is because I'm kind of really doing monogamous knitting. Oh, that's a word. I start something and I finish it before I start something else, pretty much. These I was doing in between, but once I finished the last shawl, I decided to finish these socks, and that's how I've been getting so much done. I think I'm not casting out a bunch of stuff, and I don't have a lot of whips. I just start something and finish it. And anyway, okay, back to the socks. So these socks, the yarn is by Plymouth Yarn, and the name of it is Andes Socks, Andes Socks by Plymouth Yarn. And it is unusual because it's 55% merino, 25% alpaca, and 25% nylon. So it's got some alpaca in there. And you can kind of see the haze of the alpaca. I think you can. No, maybe not. But I love this yarn. It makes a very warm sock. It's a little thicker, but it's also very soft. And I love the colors and the pattern. And this is just my plain normal pattern that I use. It's cuff down, afterthought heel, and that's pretty much it. But I think the yarn makes all the difference. Doesn't need a design. This one definitely doesn't need a design. So there we go. People walking by, are they social distancing? It doesn't look that way. Anyway, no, I found the label for the Andes socks. Okay, so this is my final finished object. This is Crochet. And the name of this pattern it's the Go-To Crochet Shawl. It's a free pattern by Yarispirations. And it's on Ravelry, you can find it, but it's called the Go-To Crochet Shawl. And I really liked crocheting this. It was a break from knitting, and I love this pattern, the pattern that this makes. I don't know if you can see that. It's very drapey, and it went pretty quick. Crochet goes quicker for me than knitting. It grows quicker. So the top part of this, the aqua color here, is Miss Babs Hot Shot. And she was having a sale on this Hot Shot yarn because they are discontinuing it, and you cannot find it on their website anymore. She replaced it with another sock yarn. I'm not sure what the name of that is, but the color of this is called Forever, but it's not available anymore. Yeah, so this is the shawl, and again, I have pictures of me wearing it, but I just love the design of this. really pretty. This part of yarn is by Rose Hill Yarns, and this was the kit that was offered at Christmas time from the Grocery Girls. I think it was called Jingle Balls, and you got the variegated yarn, and then you got mini skeins of this color, and then a blue. So I was lucky, I think, that it matched so well with the Miss Babs yarn. It just really blended in nicely. Yeah, so that's my last finished object. But there's not much else to say. Here's my shawl. I made it. Here's the yarn. Here's the design. And here's all the cars going by. All right, I have a work in progress, and it is this vest. And it's called Simply Styled Vest. And it is by Yarispirations also. And it's just, as it says, a very simple vest. No sleeves, no seams, all in one piece. I'm using this yarn. I had picked up a bunch of it from a yarn store that was going out of business. It is 60% wool, 20% viscose, and 20% nylon pomade. So it's like half wool and half acrylic. And it's washing out here, but this is like a denim blue. So I started it. This is as far as I've gotten. And I think it'll go quickly, especially since this is the only thing I'm working on right now. Yeah. So I can't wait to get this done. So that's about it for all my knitting. That's about it. Now, if I can get Ross in this picture, we'll see if we can maneuver that. So here we are. I'm going to try and share the microphone here.
Okay, you've got it.
So what's going on?
Well, nothing.
Nothing? How do you feel about this whole mess?
We're sitting around not being able to do very much other than relax and read another book or view something else that's been on Napster or Netflix or Walt Disney World, or whatever world.
Yes, we've been watching a lot of TV.
What'd you say?
Yeah, we're running out of things.
Oh, sit back. It's pretty nice here. The only noise you hear are a couple of people maybe 150 feet away speaking loudly.
Yeah, there's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of car traffic, as I said, along this street because this is the main thoroughfare in our development. So we have somebody coming up now.
Oh, they're frozen on the stairs of there.
So we've seen a lot more people out walking than we used to. Because our clubhouse is closed, the
indoor and outdoor pools
and
are closed. The weight room is
the exercise
closed.
Room is closed, so people need to get out and get their exercise somehow. So we've seen a lot of people walking, some with masks, mostly not. some obeying the social distancing. Most people do, I guess. So don't you have anything to tell us? Or are you too distracted here?
I've just been listening to the birds.
I can understand that, I guess. All right, well, I'm not getting much out of Ross here.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, you're in relaxation mode. I've been doing a lot of cooking, which I am not a cook, and I really don't like to cook.
It's been very good.
Yeah?
Yes.
But I've gotten a lot of burns and cuts and scars.
What is this? It's like you go to a torture place. Next week it's going to be back whippings, or maybe arm flayings. Maybe, hey, why don't we have some roast beef? Toe roast beef. I'll say one thing.
Yeah, it's hard to be focused here because there's just so much activity going on.
So much insect life going on.
Insects and squirrels and everything else, birds.
Oh.
All right, well, listen, we're not going to waste any more of your time.
Our 2 chipmunks have been playing around the front yard. Mm-hmm. How come they only come out when we're outside?
They like us.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. The cars are in for the night. This is about when we've been going for walks.
What time is it?
4:15.
Oh.
No, 10:03.
10:03. Yes, we've been going for a walk every day. Not too far, though.
Well, maybe 2/3 of a mile.
Maybe. Just to get some fresh air. We've had a lot of rain lately, so we take advantage of the sunny days. Yeah, there's no focusing this guy over here. He's just too distracted.
Oh, what would you like me to pay attention to besides you?
Well, we're recording a video here.
Oh, you've been recording this?
Yes, I've been recording.
Oh, I thought you were reviewing your stash.
I did that before. All right, listen. Say goodbye.
Okay. Bye.
See you guys later.